Hi everyone. Let's see how many people we can get onto this live stream. There's a few things that I want to discuss with you with regards to direct elections. Hi, we have two people watching now. This is the first time I'm doing a live stream on Facebook. I've only done live streams on YouTube before. So thank you to all of you that are joining. Uh, my house is a live situation, so there might be four kids running around and they might be clanging off pots and pans as they smash each other over the head. Anything is possible. Hi, Nicolette. We'll be seeing you very soon. Just waiting for more people to come on. There's quite a few things that I want to discuss. So this video will hopefully be shared later so that people can make clear in their minds what direct elections are about, what the group is about, and what we are trying to achieve. So we will see how good a time of day this is to actually put this out, but hopefully if we get some people on here, then we can actually get to the crux of what I want to discuss, and then this video can be shared and people can then know what direct elections is about, what this group is about, what we're trying to achieve, and why this is a continuous and ongoing awareness campaign. Because it's very easy, we have 4 people watching now, it's very easy to just use the word direct elections and not actually understand what it is about. And the word direct elections has been used by many since I started the group. Some of them are considered political leaders. They're in the mainstream media, a place where I certainly don't want to be. And these people actually, many of them believe in things that will take our freedoms away. And I want direct elections for South Africa to preserve our freedom, not to take it away. So we need to make sure that the people that we elect directly, that they stand for values that protect individual liberty and individual freedom. And if that doesn't happen, we're in big trouble. I just want to hear, is the sound okay? Before I continue with the crux of what I want to discuss. Can someone just indicate whether the sound is fine for this video? Can you hear? Nicolette, maybe if you could just tell me if the sound is okay. Okay, we have 7 people on now. If someone can just indicate if the sound is fine for this video, you can share the link to the video so that more people can come on. We have 8 people now. I need to make clear to people what direct elections are about and why we have this very specific campaign for direct elections, and why I started the campaign when I did, and why. Okay, sound is good. Thanks, Celeste. So this video can be shared later and people will understand exactly what direct elections are about. And it's a very simple thing, but a very complex thing to actually bring into being in South Africa, because we have a constitution with many flaws built into it. The Concord judgment, what that gave us was a way closer to what we actually want, where you will be able to elect your MPs and your MPLs. Those are the people in national parliament and provincial parliament, where we will be able to elect them directly. In other words, voting for individuals. But you can go and vote for individuals that wants to take your freedom away without you even knowing about it. And this is something we need to guard against. So we can have a lot of people jumping on the direct elections bandwagon, and they could actually be subverting the very specific plan that I have for this movement. Because the first plan with direct elections is to remove party power. We need to remove the power that parties have. This is very important. And to do that, we need to elect our leaders directly. In other words, you're going to vote for a person on a piece of paper, or however they're going to run elections in future. I'm not going to get involved in that now. And I believe that the ballot system, because I've been with the IEC, I was actually at the IEC stations monitoring the counting and various other things on many occasions, and the registration of new voters. So I understand the process very well. And the IEC process is a very, very good one. In fact, I can't see how you can fault that system with the amount of people and the checks and balances that are in place at the place where voting takes place. So what I want to ensure, firstly, is that we elect leaders of integrity, leaders that respect our freedom. Now, if leaders do not respect our freedom, and they want to believe in the greater good of humanity instead of our individual liberty, in other words, the choices that each individual have to make without hurting any other person, how they want to believe things, how they want to do things, what they're allowed to do, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. I don't want that controlled. I don't want my movements controlled. I don't want many things done. And direct elections is a means for me to achieve that. It's a starting point only. And if you don't have that starting point, you have nothing. So direct elections is only a part of the means. And to achieve direct elections is not as simple as many people might think. I asked for the government to start a process to change to what the Concord has actually found, that the IEC Electoral Act is actually unconstitutional and invalid, which means that they have to come up with a new IEC Act. But it's like asking gangsters to get rid of the gang system. I mean, it's an absolutely ridiculous way of trying to do something. So asking gangsters to get rid of the gang system, what are they going to do? Just subvert it. So that's what the people in Parliament are doing already. You will actually find that many people in Parliament have said that the Concord has overreached their mandate with this ruling. So they are telling the Concord, which is the highest court in the country, what they believe the law is. They don't understand the Constitution to begin with, most of these parliamentarians, and this is a huge problem. So what we need to do is get a system in place where we can go and ask Parliament, the people in Parliament, to be elected directly, and for the leader of Parliament, who is the President, to be elected directly. Now, this is not going to be part of the changes that will be made now. In other words, you won't still be able to elect the President directly. You won't be able to elect the Premiers directly. You won't be able to elect the Mayors directly. And that is why we need this movement, hashtag direct elections, to drive the concept that we want to elect the President, the Premiers and the Mayors of this country ourselves, besides the MPs, MPLs and councillors. We might actually find that there are new systems created altogether, whole new government blueprints, whole new electoral systems. And many people are putting suggestions forward with regards to that. So there's two different things that needs to happen, with a big third thing at the end. We need to have a new electoral system. We need to have a new governance system. And we need to have, thirdly, a new constitution to make this possible. And with our constitution not changed, none of this will happen. So this is not just about getting MPs elected directly or MPLs elected directly. Anyone running around with that idea, they are not helping our fight. They are against our fight. And they're doing this very deliberately. And I can tell you that people from other groups have gone and hijacked direct election groups in towns. I know of 2 towns where they had a direct elections group for those towns, and people from other groups literally hijacked those groups, changed even the group names, the photos and everything. Those are subversion actions, people. And I cannot be a part of that. And I cannot be associated with any movements or any other organizations that are subverting what we're trying to do, even when they claim to be promoting what we are doing. So be very careful what you support. If you come to one of my meetings, I will make very clear what has happened over the past month or so. And a lot of subversion tactics have been used to actually stop us from getting to our end goal. And this is really annoying. And besides it being annoying, it's easy to get distracted into something that seems like it's a hype of the moment. On my YouTube channel that now is over 19,300 people, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe to 00DEZ, 00DEZZ. If you go subscribe to 00DEZ, you will get videos there with content that explains it, not only the direct election process, but what is happening in South Africa. This is a drive, a spearheading that I started that I will take through to the end. And I have meetings nationwide and a tour where I've now spoken to over 800 people. By the end of this week, in fact, I would have met with over 1,000 people. That is how larger meetings have become. And they are active meetings on the ground. Don't get distracted by other movements and organizations that speak of one date only. I want you to go out every single day and spread awareness for direct elections. This is something we will do every single day until the job is done. It cannot happen any other way. Until the job is done. What does it mean when the job is done? And I have had live streams before where I've asked people, how do you see it when the job is done? What does that look like? And people have no idea because they're speaking about something they have no clue about. So let me explain to you what it means for the job to be done, for us to have proper direct elections. We will be able to, one, elect our president directly. The people will be educated enough to know what it is that is threatening our sovereignty in South Africa, what it is that is threatening our individual liberty, in other words, your right to choose how you want to live your life, and our right to survival, food security, water security, etc. And if you come to my meetings, I will make this clear. Why this lockdown happened, how the lockdown happened, what will happen in future, what are the future plans of this COVID mission to subvert the South African government and destroy it completely until we have nothing left. Because there will always be saviors marching into our country saying that they will save the situation. So we need a complete overhaul of our electoral system and governance system to get our president elected as an individual. We want to be able to elect our premiers as individuals. We want to be able to elect our mayors as individuals. Every individual in parliament will represent their constituents. In other words, they will be elected by people in a constituency that will represent their base. At the moment, the people in parliament, they are elected by their parties. You vote for the party and then they just put in a position, and then that person can just go and represent any constituency that the party assigns them to. That's absolute nonsense. There's no ways that can work in the long term. So we need to make sure that our MPs and our MPLs in provincial parliaments actually represent a specific group of people. And in a new governance system, I don't know what it's going to look like. We might not even have provincial parliaments. I'm not sure. I have no idea what it's going to look like. But we must elect those leaders directly. And we need to know what they should stand for. They need to stand for individual liberty. So hashtag direct election supports individual liberty, not the greater good of mankind. If you support the greater good of mankind, get off the group. It's not for you. Hashtag direct election supports individual liberty. In other words, you should have a right to choose how you want to live your life, the choices you want to make in your life, not to be tracked, traced and monitored morning, noon and night. If anyone wants to support that, get off the group. I want people on the group that support individual liberty, and we will fight for that to the end. This is a battle, people. This is not a game. we have real resistance, and that resistance can come from other groups that are literally wolves in sheep's clothing, that go around, make as if they support your cause, and actually subvert everything that you're doing. And we need to stop this. If you'll see the shirt that I'm wearing right now, the hashtag direct election shirt, changing the way we elect our future leaders. This is very important. I want to thank the people that have come up with this design, and I want to thank the people involved in growing this group, growing the awareness, and I want to create a sifting process now. I don't care if this group only has 5,000 people on it. What is important is that you understand what this group is about, that you understand what direct elections is about, that you don't get distracted, that we get the job done, because this is important. And how you can do this is by attending my meetings. As I move around the country, I have had to add 2 more meetings to Cape Town next week. The first meeting will be in Fish Hoek, and the meeting on Tuesday will be in Somerset West, on the way through to Kleinmond, Hermanus, and then all the other areas. And I will be touring around the country as I have been doing before. Last night we had an awesome meeting, and I really look forward to the meeting this evening. It's going to be a large meeting. Most of the meetings this week are going to be large groups. At this stage, the meetings are full. We cannot take in more people. After we come back to Cape Town in November, we will, at the end of November, we'll do more Cape Town meetings up until it's the festive season. So we will get back here and we will get to everybody. But KwaZulu-Natal will see us for a month or a bit more, and then we'll move on to Gauteng, which we'll use as a base to get around and explain to you why direct elections are needed. Not just direct elections, but the history behind South Africa, what has happened in South Africa in the past, and what will be happening in the future, what we are seeing happening right now. That is taking our individual liberty away. So direct elections is a fight for individual liberty. That's what it is. And if anyone thinks that this is about electing a person that stands for the greater good and taking individual liberty away, you're making a big mistake. You should go and find another group somewhere that you can support, or maybe start your own group, or maybe start your own support in your community or whatever. You're within your full right to do that. But if you want to take my individual liberty away and tell me how to live my life and tell other people how to lose their livelihoods because of something that's been planned decades ago, then this is not the group for you. Who is this group for? This group is for people that believe in individual liberty. And a way to achieve and attain and keep individual liberty in this country, because it's been taken away from us during this pandemic and lockdown, you need to be willing to fight for your individual liberty. Go and create awareness for hashtag direct elections, which is a way and a means to be able to achieve individual liberty. If we do it the right way, then we will win. If we do it the wrong way, we can end up with more people elected that wants to take your liberty away. And in my meetings, I describe in detail the 4 testers for a person that is either with us or against us. And many of the leaders that the people have said that they should be leading the country, you are absolutely mad, because these people want to take your individual liberty away and you don't even know it. So if you don't mind your individual liberty taken away, you're being monitored, tracked and traced morning, noon and night, get off the group. It's not for you. I want to draw a line right now. Get onto other groups that support taking individual liberties away. They want to put up cameras in every single house. They want to monitor, track and trace us on our phones. Okay. And if you think this is a conspiracy, go and watch my videos. It's not. If you think it's a conspiracy, take a hike, leave. Because you're wasting our time and you're wasting everyone else's time. The people that are committed to their freedom, that want to fight for their freedom, the people that want to make sure that we put an electoral system in place and a new governance system in place that will make South Africa a place where people can choose how they want to live. Where you can have a piece of land and grow your veggies and gather your water and build your house, where you'll be able to do that without someone else telling you how to live. Then You belong here. And we want you to invite more of your friends to come and join us on this group. I cannot believe that only 33,000 people want individual liberty and want the governance system that's not being controlled from outside the country. Because the first thing I need to tell you is that we haven't had a government since 1820 when the British settlers arrived here. We have not had a government because our government system that was put in place has been run from outside this country since forever. And if you don't want to believe this, leave the group. You're wasting your time. Really, I need to cut to the chase. We need the people that are willing to dig in their heels and face what is coming our way. You won't be able to buy food in the near future at your grocery stores. You won't be able to have easy access to water. All these crises will be created for you so that you don't mind being monitored, tracked and traced, your every move. To be told what your child will learn in school. To be told how you will live your life. To be told that no, you can't light a braai anymore. Just as an example. Sorry, you can't watch sports anymore. Many other things. And I will soon make some videos on YouTube to explain what our president is up to, because he's not your friend. If you think Cyril Ramaphosa is your friend, you are hugely mistaken. You should also leave the group. Really, I'm not begging for supporters. I want fighters on our side, people that will fight for their individual liberty. This is what we need right now. We need nothing else right now. So hopefully we can now have the sifting process happen on this group, and we can make sure that the people on here do not put links in comments to other groups that are completely and utterly pointless to this fight. Thank you very much for coming on and watching this live stream. Please share this with your friends and family. Hopefully this has clarified a few things. You can contact me on 067 607 6428 and send a WhatsApp so that you can attend one of my meetings as I move around the country. And I really look forward to seeing you there. Soon you'll be able to buy your own shirts. You'll be able to buy your own buffs that you can use around your arm. You can use it as a sweatband around your head. I'm sure there will be mugs, stickers, all sorts of things available. And you'll be able to order that from the group directly. The group admins will be managing that. And some of the proceeds will help to fund the tour that I'm going on at this stage. And I really want to thank all the people that have helped fund the tour up until now. And thank you very much for all your contributions that you've made in giving accommodation, giving our family food along the way, just giving an ear, because it is difficult to be on the road all the time. It's not easy to eat out of garages. We can't eat out because that's too expensive. So it is a big task. And I really want to thank everyone that has supported us in this task. And there are massive teams forming now all over the country. I want you to support the local Facebook groups for direct elections. There's a Facebook group formed in Jeffreys Bay. Go and support them. They must please post their Facebook group link on the main group so that people in Jeffreys Bay area can go and support them. Start your own local small Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups. There are WhatsApp groups that are being advertised on this group. Please go and join those WhatsApp groups in your area so that you can either attend a meeting or go to the awareness campaigns. The awareness campaigns should happen daily. People, organize amongst yourselves. This is not about me. I will bring you information and I will spearhead this until we have direct elections in government. What we need to do in the meantime is create awareness for direct elections. There's millions of people that don't know that they're not electing their leaders directly. They really think that they are doing that when they're actually just voting for parties that are controlled with finances by global elites. So thank you for watching this video. Please share this with friends and family. Help the admins and the moderators on this group. Please do not post links to other groups or other videos in the comments. Submit them as posts and then the admins will decide if it's relevant to direct elections or not. And the most relevant thing to me is that you show your support for direct elections if you do. You can any day, send in a post of you and your business with a direct elections banner or sticker at the front of your business where you show support for direct elections. Any day. On Wednesdays, you are allowed to advertise your business because we support local businesses. But you can send in your pictures with your direct election shirt, and you can print it yourself if you want to. You can send in pictures and we will approve those. When you have awareness campaigns in your town or wherever, come up with your own ideas. I'm not going to prescribe to people what to do. When you do those awareness campaigns, show those awareness campaigns for hashtag direct elections. Do not get confused with anything else. Do not get sidetracked. The people that want to follow anything else, go and follow it. We are direct elections. We want direct elections to happen. We know how to do that, and we will drive it all the way to the end. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you for believing in the future of South Africa. I will make one last statement. I believe that this is the safest and the freest country currently on planet Earth. With all the things that you see on mainstream media, believe me, this is the freest and safest country on planet Earth. In the next decade, it will become so clear to you that this is the place to be. Thank you very much. Thank you for believing in hashtag direct elections.